I'm changing the Patreon memberships, and there won't be much change for the YouTube memberships, but I'll get to all the details in a bit. Before I get into it all though, I want to express my gratitude, my deepest thanks to everyone watching now who's watched my channel, interacted with the videos, subscribed, and of course to all of the members. Your support, it means so much. Keeps me going and motivated, and it keeps my dreams alive of growing the channel. It would be amazing to be able to commit more time to Sir Hairless. I do have a full-time job, so I do all of this in my free time outside of work, and each membership really does help towards this. So a big fat thank you, merci, gracias, dankeschön, благодаря, спасибо, obrigado, and in many other languages. For anyone new here who might be considering or interested in becoming a member of the Sir Hairless community, do keep watching because I'll outline the new structure and what perks come with each tier. And the same for existing members already, do keep watching. I'll go over Patreon first and then YouTube afterwards. But a very quick summary for the existing members before we get into the details is this. If you're a patron egg white or egg yolk, so tiers 1 or 2, your membership is becoming cheaper. If you're a YouTube egg white or egg yolk, there'll be pretty much no change for you at all, and I'll explain why in the YouTube portion of this video. So onto the memberships. Patreon. We're going to be moving from 3 tiers previously to now 6 tiers. Each tier comes with additional perks as the tiers increase. Please note that these can change in the future, nothing set in stone, but for now this is the structure. So here on screen is an overview of what comes with each perk, so please do pause and have a look. I'll go over these in a bit more detail. Alright, so tier 1, the egg white. The main thing here is that the price has been halved from $3 a month to $1.50 a month. This is really the primary support tier, but I'd like to offer a small something too. So just as before, you'll still have access to the unfiltered versions of blocked videos on YouTube, and these will be in my Patreon. You'll now also get access to my Songs of the Week list. Each week I'll add a handful of songs, hopefully a fair mix of genres and just songs I think are quite nice and cool or good for various reasons. There's of course no obligation to look at this list, but if you're interested in what kind of music I listen to outside of my Sir Hairless reactions, and who knows, maybe you'll discover some songs that you really like through this list. Tier 2, the egg yolk. The price has been decreased from $6 a month to now $5 a month. In addition to the perks from the previous tier, you now also get voting power. So you get to vote on the weekly polls. Usually the polls are questions like, which of these songs would you like to see next by, and then a certain artist. One change is that your name will no longer be appearing in the end credits and in the video description. This was a decision made with scalability in mind. If this channel does grow in the future and then more names appear on this list, I don't want these names to be tiny and difficult to read or pass by in a flash. So this perk has now been moved up a couple of tiers. Tier 3, the egg. This is the biggest change. The eggs used to be the third and highest tier because I only had 3 tiers. Now you get Patreon exclusive, miscellaneous, behind the scenes content. The idea is this could be a variety of things, very relaxed videos. Some ideas could be how I make my videos, my setup. I could do reactions to interviews with artists that I react to. I could show you a day in the life. I could talk about certain bits of music and my thoughts on them, or show musical snippets. These would offer an insight into Sir Hairless outside of purely reactions, and I think the possibilities of content here is really quite vast. These wouldn't replace reaction videos. These wouldn't be high effort videos. Like I say, they'll be relaxed, but just more of a casual change of scenery. Question and answer videos. I get asked for these a lot and I receive a lot of questions. So every so often, I'm thinking every 1 to 2 months, I'll do a Q&A video answering all these various questions. Where will the questions come from? Well, from comments on my videos, but also from the next tier up, which is tier 4, the chocolate eggs. This is the first of my brand new tiers. Members of this tier will have their name in the thank you credits at the end of every one of my videos. You can also submit a question monthly for my Q&A videos that we were just speaking about. So I'll answer these questions in my Q&A videos. You can also submit a song. These song submissions will enter a monthly poll that's available to all Patreon members of all tiers to vote on. Then I'll do a reaction video on the winner of that poll. So you do get a chance here at your song request getting a reaction video once a month. Tier 5, the golden egg. There are 2 new perks with this tier, in addition to everything we've seen previously. Ask me anything you want, within reason of course, a couple of times each month and I'll respond in detail with a video. So I'll be filming my answer and sending it to you. Also, you can request personalized video messages a couple of times a year. These can be whatever you want, again within reason, for you or someone else. And finally, tier 6, the top tier, the Fabergé egg. This is the tier for a guaranteed monthly reaction video for a song of your choice. This will be very limited in number because there are only so many reaction videos I can make in a month, and thus in turn only so many reaction video requests I'm able to do. I hope that explains everything relatively clearly. Here is the summary on screen once more if you need to pause and read through. Okay, now onto the YouTube memberships. YouTube is the same platform that all my videos are on, so it has the advantage of not requiring a different platform. Please have a pause and a read of this summary. There are just a couple of changes. There are no changes to the pricing because I unfortunately cannot change them. YouTube doesn't allow me to change the price of the tiers. I'd have to delete the tiers and recreate them, and then I'd lose every existing member, and that would be quite sad. So just a quick recap, this is what the YouTube benefits are. Tier 1, the egg white. This is the most basic tier, which comes with some nice built-in features. You get a membership badge. This is a loyalty badge that will appear next to your name in the comments. I'm sure you've seen these badges next to members' names. It makes the comments stand out for sure. Some of the very first members are approaching the 6-month mark, so their badge will soon be upgraded. Everything, as always, very egg themed in honor of my bare head. And you'll also get access to custom emojis. Here are some examples. You can use these on your comments in my videos. Again, you've probably seen these being used in the comments. I know I've been asked a number of times how people get access to these. They're fun, eggs expressing different emotions. I made these myself, so apologies if the artwork is not up to scratch. But yeah, these are another way of making your comment really stand out. The more YouTube members a channel has, the more emojis can be unlocked, as we can see by this chart. Finally, your membership will be recognized within the channel. On my channel page, there is a members shelf, as you can see here. Onto tier 2, the egg yolk. In addition to the badges and the emojis, you'll get access to community posts and polls. These are the same as in Patreon. Every poll I do across both platforms and I combine the results. Just like with the Patreon egg yolks, the change is that your name will no longer be appearing in the end credits and in the video description. That perk has been moved up to the next tier. And then the next and last of the YouTube tiers, tier 3, the golden egg. This is the equivalent of the tier 5 on Patreon. In addition to the perks from the previous YouTube tiers, there are several additional perks. Your name will appear in the thank you credits at the end of each video. You will receive the same perks as the Patreon golden eggs tier. So if you've skipped ahead to this part, please go and check out the tier 5 overview in the Patreon section earlier in this video. Hopefully that explains everything fairly well. Here is the summary once more if you need to pause. Finally, the pricing. Patreon is in US dollars and YouTube is in Great British pounds. That's just how it is. YouTube is far less flexible. When I set these up, I could only do it in Great British pounds. Also, I could only pick from certain prices. For example, I couldn't set a tier at £2.50 because that just wasn't an option. They do have their own conversion rates to US dollars though, which are on screen now. So overall, both the YouTube memberships and the Patreon memberships, they'll have their pros and cons, and these will vary from person to person as well. We all have our different situations, but to me, if you join any tier of either of them, that will 100% be a positive thing. If you've come this far, thank you. Perhaps you're considering joining either Patreon or YouTube. Every single membership is massively appreciated. And if you don't become a member at all, or if you want to but you can't, also a big thank you for your ongoing support of the channel, for staying, for watching the videos I put out, for commenting, for liking. Everything really does help a lot. The restructure of everything should be in place by the time this video goes live, so you should be able to find all information on Patreon or in the YouTube membership hub. And just one final time, many thanks. Let's leave that there and I will see you next time.